So you're thinking about moving to Broomfield, Colorado, and just want to learn just a little bit more about it? Well, that's exactly what this video is for. Let's get started. I'm Christy Lee, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, but more importantly, I am a native of Colorado. If you're new to my channel, all of my videos are going to be catered to my most favorite places to live and to visit, places that I think you should consider looking into if you're planning on moving to Colorado. If that's something that interests you, please click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. All right, so today's video is going to be all based off of Broomfield, Colorado, and I am a little bit partial to Broomfield only because I did spend so much of my life in Broomfield. I grew up in Arvada, which is just outside of Broomfield, and I worked and lived in Broomfield for a good 15 years or so. So I am very, very partial to it. I absolutely love this area. So this video is going to be about the top 5 things that you need to know before you move to Broomfield. All right, so let's just get started and let's just jump right in. I think the number one thing that you need to know about Broomfield is its proximity to both Denver and Boulder. All right, so where it's located, Broomfield is going to be located about 25 minutes west of Denver and only about 10 to 13 minutes east of Boulder. So you're really going to be right there kind of in the middle of both. Great locations, especially if you work in either one of those locations. So Broomfield as a whole is going to be really, really great for a commuter. So whether you're working in Denver or Boulder, you really are going to be able to access both of those cities really in no time. And not even if you're not working, I mean, just visiting. I mean, if you want to go to Denver for a ball game or a concert or whatever, you could get down to Denver in no time. And what is also great about Broomfield is while it does not have the light rail system just yet, our transit system, as far as our buses are concerned, those will be able to get you into Boulder and Denver really in no time. I mean, there's bus stops all over the place, and it's all up and down Highway 36, or the Boulder Turnpike, otherwise known. So, it is just a really great location if you're going to be moving to Colorado, but either working or visiting both Denver or Boulder at any given time. All right, the second thing I think you need to know about Broomfield is that the cost of living is about 20% higher than the national average. Now, that is, reflected is on that they do get paid. The people who live in Broomfield do tend to get paid more than the national average as well. On average, average household in Broomfield is going to be right around $85,000 a year. So that is to take into account, obviously the cost of living. Now, the cost of living in Broomfield mainly is going to be reflected on the housing prices. Now, it is April 2022. Average home price in Broomfield is going to be mid to high 500,000. Now that is going to be significantly less than Denver or Boulder, so it is a great perk of living in Broomfield. But that being said, it is still higher than the national average, of course. If you're planning on renting in Broomfield, rentals are going to be for 1 bedroom right around $1,600 a month, 2 bedroom hovering right around $2,200 a month. So it is just going to be a little bit higher overall. Now, that being said, as far as utilities, groceries, all of that stuff, it is really going to be the same anywhere that you live. So in Broomfield, it's just going to be the same. Actually, utilities will be just a little bit less than the national average, but not by much. I'm talking a couple dollars, maybe $10, $15. So it's not huge, but the biggest cost that you will absolutely need to know about when you move to Broomfield is definitely going to be the housing, because it is just going to be more expensive. Mainly it's just because, again, it's the location. You are so close to Boulder, and Boulder on average right now, median home price in Boulder is about $1.3 million. So the closer you get to Boulder, the more expensive it is, and that's kind of where Broomfield just sits right there. Now, that being said, Broomfield, like I said, mid 500s, but they are definitely well known for their luxury homes. So if you're somebody who can afford, the million plus ballpark when it comes to housing, Broomfield is a great location because there's so many beautiful houses and beautiful communities that are built or exist or are being built in Broomfield that offer, custom finishes, high-end appliances, and the views are spectacular, and they're usually going to have a bigger lot size too. So Broomfield is definitely known for the luxury living throughout Broomfield. So definitely keep that in mind if that's something that interests you and that's of a price point that you're able to do. All right, the third thing I want you to be aware of when it comes to moving to Broomfield is its climate. So obviously Colorado as a whole, we do have our 4 seasons. That's what we're known for. And we're also known for 300 days of sunshine. That is an actual number. We have that much sunshine. So it's absolutely fantastic. Broomfield is no different. I will say though, because Broomfield is so much farther west of Denver, it does tend to have more snowfall. And so we're on average about 60 inches of snowfall a year. Now, when I say snowfall, that might sound like a lot to some people, maybe not a lot to others, I don't know, but we do have the sun. So the snow doesn't stick around, which is so great. So yes, we have the snow, but it'll snow and then it'll be gone the next day or the next 2 days because it is so sunny. The one downfall I do think about living in Broomfield is that because it is so close to the Flatirons, the mountains, you're going to get a lot of wind getting pushed off of those foothills and those mountains, and you're just getting bombarded into Broomfield. So, is it windy all the time? No, but you do tend to be a little bit more windy than say Denver, just because you are so close to those foothills. So you're pretty much the first thing that hits right off of the Flatirons, and it just, bombards you. Perfect example, there was all those fires in Superior and Louisville the end of December that, destroyed all those houses and those businesses and stuff like that. Broomfield is really, really close to that. And the reason why we had so many fires is that the wind was insane at that point. I think 100 miles an hour. It was just crazy. Now, do we get those all the time? No, we don't. But Broomfield is right next to those 2 cities. So they do, get that type of wind occasionally. That was kind of an off, but they do get some wind. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're planning on moving there or visiting there, that it might be windy at times. The fourth thing that I want you to know about Broomfield is that there is so much to do, and people just don't really think about Broomfield as being like this hip, crazy city that there's a lot of things to do, but there really is. In fact, there's 8,000 acres of land, open space, greenways. There's just so much outdoor activity. So I think that's mainly when you think about things to do in Broomfield, it's mainly outdoor stuff. So you're going to have hiking, biking, a lot of parks. There's a lot of parks all over the place. And then, if you're somebody who really likes to kayak or tube or, rock climb, anything like that. Boulder, like I said, is about 15 minutes away. Golden is only about 30 minutes away, 25 to 30 minutes away from Broomfield. So you're really, really close to both of those cities if that's something else that you like to do. Also, things to do, you could go, there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of great restaurants. The First Bank Event Center is out there. So you could have concerts, the Cirque du Soleil, Monster Jam, all of those type of activities do take place at the First Bank Event Center, which is located in Broomfield. There's a lot of breweries in Broomfield. So Four Noses is one of the best ones, in my opinion, in that area. So it's Four Noses. That's a really cool place to go. The Flatirons Mall, so that's out there as well. So there's just a lot of things to do. No, is it like a bunch of nightlife like maybe you would get in Denver or Boulder? No, but those places, again, are super, super close to Broomfield. So you still get suburbia things to do, mainly outside adventures adventures that you could go do with your family and friends, walk your dog all over the place throughout Broomfield. There is Broomfield Days, that's just big festivals and stuff like that that take place in Broomfield, of course, as well. But it's mainly just going to be those type of things, or you could go to outskirts cities that are located really, really close and take advantage of their activities as well. All right, and the fifth thing I think you need to know about Broomfield is that it does have great school districts. Now, Broomfield actually is its own county, and it was named its own county in 2001. So it is relatively new to being its own county, but it doesn't have its own school district. So when you live in Broomfield, you're going to be kind of pick and choose on what school district you're kind of in. So you're going to have Boulder Valley School District, Adams, 5-Star is going to be in there. Jefferson County is going to be in there as well. So it is really going to depend on which area of Broomfield that you do live in. Now, there are 20 schools, private schools located in Broomfield as well. So if that's something that interests you, you want to send your kiddos to a private school, there's plenty to choose from. There's a couple charter schools out there. So, you know, kind of just do your research. Honestly, I went to Jefferson County, a school in Jefferson County, so I feel like I turned out just fine. But Boulder Valley School District is ranked #1 in the state. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're kind of looking. If you want a really good school district, maybe keep in mind for Boulder Valley. But they're all really good. So those are my 5 things that I think you must know before you move to Broomfield. Please reach out to me if you have any questions regarding Broomfield or any other city. I am the one that answers those text messages and those phone calls. So please reach out to me anytime if you're planning on moving to this area. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And to the next video, take care.